We aim to organize minimum 200 sessions. With this, we would be reaching out to 100,000 educators, 20,000 institutions, and 1,000 plus eminent speakers like today's speakers would be joining us to share their perspective and thoughts on national education policy. Now, I would request you all, please join me in welcoming our key speakers for this very special session. Our first key speaker, a very senior education leader, Dr. Shubhi Prasad ji. Shubhi ma'am is principal with Sunflower Public School, Agra, Uttar Pradesh. She is an MSc, MEd, and PhD. She's a gold medalist in science and a doctorate in education with over 21 years of qualitative experience in teaching and administration. As a school management professional, her career graph spans over 21 years, of which 15 years have been in school administration as principal, with experience in the entire range of school administration, inclusive of curriculum planning, teacher training, and development of managerial aspects of school education. Well versed with modern pedagogy and educational practices, and offering years of achievement and experience in developing a student-centric environment. Geared towards maximizing learning experiences, a continuous devotion towards creating work programs for students, teachers. She's an expert in classical dance form Kathak and has great affinity towards sports. She has presented talks on Akashvani and have also presented Kathak performances on Doordarshan and state level. We must appreciate that, Shubhi ma'am. That's very unique, with an educator. The greatest strength that help to achieve a successful head position are logical and critical thinking, the ability to solve problems quickly and efficiently, excellent communication skills, and management ability. We welcome you, Shubhi ma'am. Thank you for joining. It's an honor to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, ma'am. I'll come back to you. Our next key speaker, another very senior education leader, Anshum Sharma Kalsi ma'am. Anshum ma'am is the principal with Kendriya Vidyalaya, Dehradun, Uttarakhand. She's a seasoned educator with decades of experience in education. She has been awarded and recognized for her contribution to the field of education many times. We welcome you, Anshum ma'am. Thank you for joining. It's an honor to have you. So with this, we will begin the this 138 session of leadership talk. We come to the next part of this talk. So I would request our speakers, Shubhi ma'am and Kalsi ma'am, for their opening remark, and then I'll come back to them once again for their main talk. So I would request Shubhi ma'am, if we can have your quick 1-minute opening remark.
Good morning, Raju sir, and all the speakers and the participants present in this session. I'm grateful to be the part of this session and thankful to the school Lalaji Solutions. As the name suggests, solutions, it is regularly giving solutions for the NEP awareness, and I hope this will work a lot. And I feel really honored to be a part of this discussion, and that I'm sure that these type of discussion will definitely add colors to our new education system. This new policy seems to be perfect on papers, as you all know, but its proper implementation could do wonders to take our present educational system to the global standards. Here, I would be talking about the pros and the cons of this policy. So let us discuss the things, and maybe this will be helpful for all of us to have the solutions for our inquisitions. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Big thanks, Shubhi ma'am. I'll come back to you for your main talk. And now I would request Anshum ma'am. Anshum ma'am, if we can have your opening remark.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you all. And whilst I'd like to thank Kamya for really being at it and constantly calling me and messaging me to ensure that I got to be a part of this very illuminating session that we will be having shortly. I was not able to supply my like a resume that she had asked for. And so in just brief, my name is Dr. Anshum Sharma Kalsi, and I'm a principal at Kendriya Vidyalaya ONGC in Dehradun. And last to last session, Kendriya Vidyalaya ONGC had the pride of being recognized as the number 8th government day school by Education India survey. So that was just one additional feather in the cap of Kendriya Vidyalaya ONGC. My subject has been English. I have done my PhD in English. And the subject of my PhD was the thematic content in the works of Zora Neale Hurston. Zora Neale Hurston is she's an Afro-American feminist writer, was an Afro-American feminist writer. So it was almost a pleasure to research upon her works. Now coming to the national education policy, our Prime Minister himself has said that this national education policy aims at preparing job creators, not job seekers. So every time that we talk about the national education policy and we discuss about it, this is something that we must all keep in mind, because it is, as have been all the other new policies implemented by our Honorable Prime Minister, the new national education policy also aims at independence in terms of preparing children and preparing adults to create jobs, not just seek a job. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalsi ma'am, for that. And we had a privilege to host another senior stalwart from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Dehradun, Indrajit sir, who joined us from Russia during a last session only. That was 137 session from Russia, and we must appreciate the kind of values he brought in. So big thanks, Anshu ma'am and Shubhi ma'am for that. And now with this,
yes, he has retired from KVS service. His wife is the principal in Moscow, KV Moscow. We have one, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan has one KV in Moscow. So Mrs. Indrajit Singh, she's principal over there in KV Moscow.
Right. He shared that. And he also shared a lot of initiative which he took as a part of the KV. And we all appreciate the kind of work KV is doing. And we all ask this question: when KV can do this, why not other government school can do that? So that is big. I would say a case study kind of thing. Like such a successful stories of KVs and Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas, and at the other side we have poor state of other government schools. So big thanks for once again both of you, Shubhi ma'am and Anshu ma'am, for joining. And with this we come to the next part of the session, which is the main talk session. But before I invite our Shubhi ma'am and Anshu ma'am for the main talk, I just would like to share the learnings which we have had during our last 137 sessions. During our last these number of sessions, almost every participant shared what Shubhi ma'am said, that it's a wonderful document. This document has a potential to place India at that coveted position of Vishwa Gyan Guru. But at the same time, same number of participants shared that execution is going to be very, very challenging. A lot of people who participated shared that finance is going to be a key concern. Many said that teachers training is going to be a key concern area. A lot of educators said, yes, teachers training is one concern area, but the bigger concern area is lack of intent among teachers to get trained. A lot of people said that, good schools in urban areas already implementing many of these ideas. So the biggest challenge would be for the government schools, especially state government schools, and budget schools and rural schools. A lot of people also shared their assessment that this pandemic has exposed how poor digital infrastructure we have in our country. That is going to be another big challenge. So I would request Shubhi ma'am and Anshu ma'am today that while sharing your perspective, your understanding on national education policy, if you can also share, some best practices or some examples. And today, we must take the advantage that we have, I would say, a limited number of Shubhi ma'am and Anshu ma'am, I would say a relatively less number of speakers today. So we can share more ideas. We have more time to share more details. So we would like to take the advantage of this opportunity today. So I would request Shubhi ma'am and Anshu ma'am that please share some best practices, some ideas, some kind of new thoughts, so that we all can learn from both of you. So big thanks once again to all of you. And now with this, I would request Shubhi ma'am, if you can have your ideas, your thoughts in detail. Shubhi ma'am. You are on mute, ma'am.
Thank you, Rajul sir. The NEP aims at overhauling the India's existing education regime, making it more learner-centric, with emphasis on the holistic learning from the initial stages. And starting with the early childhood care, I think we all agree to NEP 2020, which lay emphasis on the foundational learning. Presently, in early childhood care, the proper channelized education, I think, sir, was not available to many children. And this may be due to the unavailability of the schools, or maybe due to unawareness of sending small children to school. कई बार ये देखा जाता है कि बच्चों को पेरेंट्स ही नहीं भेजते कि हमारी विसिनिटी के पास क्योंकि वो स्कूल नहीं है तो हम घर पे ही शुरू कर सकते हैं. But there was no age bar for starting early schooling also. So when a child enters the formal education, then obviously there is a huge difference in performance is seen of those who have already attended the playgroups and those who have not. Moreover, there is no uniform curriculum at this age also given by the this thing government. But I'm sure that after implementing NEP at the foundational stages, this will be of great importance and even help so that the parents will also understand its importance कि जब formal education में बच्चा enter हो तो उसे इतना आना चाहिए. In the new pedagogical structure of 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 years of education, the first 5 years will be taken seriously now. The priority to achieve the foundational literacy and numeracy by grade 3. So this framework will definitely serve as a guide for both parents and the teachers. Now, curtailing dropout rates and ensuring the universal access at all the levels will definitely prove a milestone in the growth of education sector. Although RTE and Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan have made remarkable changes in the recent years in attaining universal enrollment in elementary education, but still for later grades, I must say serious issues have been seen after class 5. Besides these, more focus should be laid on the dropout proportion of even higher classes of students. As one of the researchers showed that 3.2 crores of school-going children of 16 to 17 years were counted as dropouts. So in my opinion, this NEP will definitely show a ray of hope for these children and bring them back to the educational fold with the goal to achieve 100% gross enrollment ratio to the school. And adding to this, the undergraduate courses, degree courses with multiple exit option is a great initiative by NEP, and as it will also reduce the dropouts in higher classes. This action of NEP will prove Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan in true sense. Another key aspect of NEP 2020 is the multilingualism, and we all know that young children grasp and express more easily in their homes just because they talk in their local language or the mother tongue. In my opinion, this concept of inclusion of local language is good up to fundamental level, as it forms a better connection between a teacher and a student and has cognitive benefits also. But my concern is if any student migrates from other states in early stages of these learning, then he or she may face problem in adapting to other regional languages. So this may be, and even contrary to say, we say that this will help the student to learn many other languages as he goes to new places, which will surely fulfill the goal of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. कहीं ना कहीं NEP में जो भी challenges हम देख रहे हैं उनके पीछे कुछ ना कुछ hidden benefits हैं जरूर इस देश के लिए. Our country, India, is an epitome of unity in diversity, where variety of languages are spoken, but still Hindi is considered as our mother tongue. So in my view, teaching should not be chained by boundaries of language. Rather, it should be bilingual, including, yes, one of the language as English, instruction of medium. अब कई बार होता है कि बच्चों को इंग्लिश कई अलग अलग बैकग्राउंड के बच्चे आते हैं. अगर आप उनसे प्रॉपरली इंग्लिश में बात करो तो वो समझ ही नहीं पाते हैं. उसी चीज को अगर आप थोड़ा सा हिंदी में भी एलैबोरेट कर दें उनको तो दे टेक इट वेरी इजीली. So it should be bilingual. Since NEP is adding coding and artificial intelligence also in our curriculum, then English is a must. and it should be an integral part of teaching learning process. Another main concern is the introduction of vocational courses, which surely would change the mindsets of the upcoming generations. The concept of 10 bagless days with a focus to learn different vocations would definitely help in developing the feelings of dignity of labor, which is very much required in the coming generations. अभी सबको बना बनाया मिल जाता है तो they think कि नहीं, we are the sahab. And again, parents will also understand its importance, and there will be a feeling of respect within each individual to learn the professional ethics. These vocational courses from grade 6 to 8 will also clear the mindsets of those who want to pursue these vocations as their careers. Even for those who are financially not sound and unable to continue their studies may earn their livelihood through these types of trainings. And this would help in realization of the goal of Skill India mission. Another key aspect of this policy is the flexibility of courses choice and the breaking of the strict division of arts, science, commerce, etc. streams. This will surely lay a multidisciplinary approach in higher education. And I think so we all are agreed that this interdisciplinary learning will definitely reduce the pressure on the students and help them to excel in the field of their choice. This policy also recognizes that skills like coding, developing scientific temper, and evidence-based thinking will make our students successful, innovative, and productive human beings. Now, beside this, all the subjects will be offered at 2 proficiency level. That is, first is introductory and another is advanced level. So it will be easier to understand the subjects with better learning outcomes. Students may opt for any of the levels of their choice. And as we already practicing this in math standard and basic in class 10th right now. So students को एक बहुत satisfaction है कि हाँ, if I'm not able to continue with maths standard, then there is an option of maths basic also. One thing I must add that after implementing NEP, teachers' position will become more respectable. Recognizing the power of teachers, NEP 2020 has put systemic reforms in place that would help teachers' profession to emerge as an attractive profession of the choice for bright and talented minds. Through regular training, this NEP proposes several reforms to empower teachers. The awareness and the knowledge of how to teach children with a specific disability will be an integral part of an education program. And this is what I feel is the greatest need of the hour, because at present also we are facing these kind of challenges. These type of training sessions will not only enhance the confidence among the teachers, but also restore high respect and status for the profession, which surely attract the best minds to choose the teaching as a profession by choice, not by chance. And summing up, I would like to say that our education system should aim to benefit the future generations so that no child loses opportunity to learn and excel just on the basis of birth and the background. So positive mindsets says that this policy will surely help us in bridging the social category gap and ultimately lead to a better education for all. Thank you, Rajulji. Rajulji, you are mute.
Thank you, Shruti ma'am, for sharing these wonderful thoughts. You began by saying how this NEP has focused upon channelizing the education which was not available earlier, and how it is going to create that impact in the early childcare education. You also talked about the importance of new proposed structure that is 5 + 3 + 3 + 4, and you shared your assessment that this NEP is a strong attempt for that Samal Shiksha Abhiyan direction. You also shared that mother tongue, the focus of NEP on mother tongue would create both, like it would create advantages, it would create opportunity for students to learn a lot of other languages, but it would also create a few challenges, so that also need to be taken care of. Then you also talked about the importance of introduction of vocational education and those 10 bagless days, and how it is going to create it is going to change the mindset of the people. It would create more dignity of labor. A lot of other educators have also shared similar views It is going to bring that change. And then you also talked about the interdisciplinary learning and how it would make our students more flexible in terms of learning. And then in the end, you talked about how NEP is making a very strong attempt in terms of empowering teachers through its various reforms, various proposed reforms. So big thanks, Shubhi ma'am, for joining and sharing your ideas and thoughts. I'll come back to you with questions. Thank you, ma'am. And now I would invite Anshu ma'am. Ma'am, if we can have your idea of the detail.
Mr. Rajput, I'd like to present with the PPT. Is that all right?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
The entire screen. Please just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
So, meanwhile, Shubhi ma'am, I just present a question to you. A lot of people have shared that this NEP is an extension to CCE. So, what are your assessment on that, Shubhi ma'am?
Yes, definitely. We all were doing the same things in CCE pattern also, but things are more clear in NEP as we can see. अभी जब स्टार्टिंग है एनईपी की और इतना मेरे ख्याल से सीसी का इतना अवेयरनेस शायद नहीं हो पाया हर स्टेज पर जितना कि एनईपी इस समय आ रहा है. बिल्कुल कहते हैं जब कमर कस ली है तो फिर करना ही है. और हमारे टीचर्स कहीं पीछे नहीं रहते. जैसे ज्ञान से बड़ा कोई दान नहीं है तो गुरु से बड़ा कोई दानी भी नहीं है और ना ही बड़ा ज्ञानी है. तो ये चीज क्लियर हो गई है अब एनईपी से. और जितना अब हम जितना इसके अंदर डेप्थ में जा रहे हैं मेरे ख्याल थिंग्स विल गेट मोर क्लियरर एंड वी गेट अ वेरी गुड पिक्चर ऑफ द एजुकेशन नाउ.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Ashwini ma'am. Yes, Anshu ma'am, your screen is visible. Anshu ma'am, your screen is visible. You can start the presentation.
Yes, but are you able to see the first slide that I have? Because I don't see that on my screen. Is my slide visible?
No, no. Have you opened your slide?
I have. I have. Is it visible now?
But not your slide.
There seems to be some bit of a. Can I just?
Yeah. I'm sharing my email ID to you, ma'am. And you can share your slide to me, and I will present this scheme for you.
How about now? Is it visible now?
Not.
All right, I think without let me just start this way, and then I'm calling my computer person to. When we are talking about the national education policy, like I said in the very first instant, and this is something about the national education policy that has impressed me as an individual. The motto, the slogan of creating job creators, not job seekers. The national education policy contributes to an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by the provision of high quality education everywhere. We started, the evolution of the policy was from, of course, everybody knows, from 1948. And now the latest one completing itself in 2019 is in front of all of us. And can I again, I'm sorry for this interruption, but might I take another minute because I have somebody to take care of this?
No problem. You take your time.
I'm really sorry for this,
I have also shared my email ID with you. If you want to share that presentation, I'll also, present the screen for you. So you can also email me your presentation. So meanwhile, I would also request all other participants, if you have any question, you can write in the chat box. if you have any question on the, on NEP. Shubhi ma'am, meanwhile, I have few questions. So if you allow me, so I would like to present these questions to you.
Yeah, please. If I could get the answers.
See, the best part is, in being a principal, like principal never gives the wrong answer. So जो भी आप answer देंगे वो ठीक ही होगा.
नहीं नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. अभी तो प्रिंसिपल्स और टीचर्स मुझे लगता है वी आर सेलिंग इन द सेम बोट, बिकॉज जितना एनईपी टीचर्स के लिए न्यू है उतना ही प्रिंसिपल्स के लिए न्यू है. सो इट्स नथिंग बैड इन लर्निंग न्यू थिंग्स.
Right, right. So this is a question from Ms. Charu Sharma. She's a TGT Social Science with the Delhi Public School, Dehradun. The question says how it would be possible in 45 students of class activities can be performed. I have also posted the question in the chat box.
Okay. See, activities कराने से पहले मैं सबसे पहले ये कहूंगी कि एक्टिविटी टीचर खुद करके देखे. ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि हम डायरेक्टली क्लास में जाके एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं. फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकेंडली, जब आप मेंटली और फिजिकली प्रिपेयर्ड है उस एक्टिविटी के लिए, तो ये तो हर टीचर के ऊपर होता है कि जिस तरीके से टीचिंग के समय मेरा एम ये रहता है कि अगर 45 स्टूडेंट्स हैं तो एटलीस्ट 40 स्टूडेंट्स को वो चीज समझ में आनी चाहिए. तो ये तो हम कह ही नहीं सकते कि कोई भी आप लेसन पढ़ा रहे हो तो वो 100% आउटकम होना चाहिए. सेम विद द एक्टिविटी. एक्टिविटी तो आपको करानी पड़ेगी एंड मेक योर एक्टिविटी सो क्रिएटिव एंड सो इनोवेटिव दैट अ स्टूडेंट सारे काम छोड़ करके आपकी तरफ फोकस करे. आपकी एक्टिव कुछ नया सीख रहे हैं और पहले से ही एक लेआउट तैयार कर लीजिए बच्चों को बताने से पहले, कि जैसे हम स्टार्टिंग में जब स्टोरी सुनाते थे बच्चों को इन माय प्ले ग्रुप्स आल्सो, इन माय नर्सरी क्लासेस आल्सो, एक बार की बात है तो कहते ही बस सारे बच्चे शांत हो जाते थे. तो इसी तरीके से नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डू एन एक्टिविटी लाइक दिस एंड यू विल गेट द रिजल्ट्स. लेट अस सी हु इज गेटिंग द रिजल्ट्स फर्स्ट. सो डेफिनेटली दिस विल हेल्प यू आउट, चाहे फिर वो आपकी 45 की क्लास हो या फिर 20 की क्लास हो.
Right. Right. Thank you. Absolutely, शिवी मैम, आपने बहुत अच्छा बताया. अंशु मैम, आपकी स्क्रीन दिख रही है, अब आपकी स्लाइड्स भी दिख रही हैं.
जी. My apologies to everybody because.
Never mind, ma'am.
Yeah. So I think.
Yeah.
So as I was saying that the contribution to making the society equitable, balanced and as equal as possible by providing high quality education, whether irrespective of whether we are making this provision to somebody in the higher income group or in the very low income group, is one of the underlined, policies of this national education policy. The evolution, of course, from 1948 to 2019, as we have come to now, there has been a very comprehensive consulting process. The national education policy not only aims at school education, but also higher education. And there are several additional key focus areas of the policy. The main purpose behind this policy, the new policy that has come out now, is a complete transformation of education as a whole in our country. And as we will be discussing the policy further in its various modules, this will become very clear. The major reforms in school education, whether it is the universalization of early childhood care education, as now the pre-primary number of years have been, they have the number of years before a child joins class 1 were actually already there in most public schools, because there was a playgroup, there was a nursery, there was a KG. Some schools termed it as nursery, lower KG and upper KG. So those 3 years were already there. But now the national education policy has conceptualized it and kind of set it in concrete that this is important, and this must be done at wherever in India there is a primary school. So children, this early childhood care education must be implemented in the manner in which it has been outlined in the policy. Of course, foundational literacy and numeracy, I think, has already been spoken about. The 5+3+3, all that has been, modified and changed. The curriculum now is meant to integrate 21st century skills, mathematical thinking and scientific temper. So we were just now talking about artificial intelligence, because who had heard of it a few years ago? And now, especially in Kendra Vidyalaya Sangathan, in all our KVs, we are having workshops, for children, for teachers, so that they can really revise themselves as to what is artificial intelligence and how is it to be taught and how is it to be inculcated properly into the curriculum. There is another point of the policy on which there has been a lot of discussion, which is the fact that there is to be no rigid separation between the arts and the sciences.
Ma'am, we have lost your audio. Anshu ma'am, we are not able to hear you. I believe we have lost the connection with you. So I believe we have lost the connection with Anshu ma'am. Meanwhile, we have received one question in the chat box. Shubhi ma'am, how will Smita Panditji from Gopi Birla Memorial School, Mumbai? The question says, how will multilingual help to transferable child? How many languages will that child learn?
See, it is already mentioned in this NEP that there is a option of home language, and for this we can start with, see, agar aap multilingualism ko theek se dekhen, so it is already mentioned in that document NEP that concerning the mother tongue, it's okay. We are already going through this sometimes in the class, but the home language, basically, we are catering with the home languages to those children if they are not able to understand English. We have to make the concept clear in their minds. Either we have to take another language, the help of another language to make them understand. The main concern is that the content should be understandable to the child. How much he learns, whether it may be his home language or his mother tongue, or maybe in English. And moreover, just to enrich the cultural heritage, that India is going to have the Sanskrit also in the NEP. It has been already mentioned that Sanskrit is one of the languages. So it is pretty sure that इंडिया को वाकई भारत बनने में अब ज्यादा टाइम नहीं है, and that we are waiting for. So अभी सब देखने में लगता है कि कैसा टफ होगा ये, मैं खुद भी सोच रही हूँ कैसा होगा, बट जिस तरीके से एनईपी की पॉलिसीज आई हैं, जो इतना हेवी डॉक्यूमेंट हम लोग को दिया गया है, इफ यू प्लीज गो थ्रू इट लाइन वाइज लाइन, एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द एजुकेटर्स प्रेजेंट इन द सेशन कि आप भी इस चीज को अपने कलीग्स के साथ शेयर कीजिए कि एनईपी सिर्फ सेशंस के थ्रू नहीं हो सकता पूरा, उसको गो थ्रू करना पड़ेगा. And this is the right time you are getting at your homes, that go through the documents with each and everything and discuss it with other educators. तो बहुत सी चीजें तो सेशंस में हम लोग डिस्कस नहीं कर पाते, वो आपके माइंडसेट में क्लियर होंगी. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shubhi ma'am. You know, but we have also realized that during these sessions, and in fact, in last 7-8 months, we have realized that this NEP has already achieved one big thing. It has created that mass awareness about the importance of those early years. You know, आप जैसे हम लोग बड़ा कॉमन बोलते हैं कि भाई am I audible? तो ये एक नया एक लाइन है, तो एक नई एक और लाइन है जो लोग बहुत बोलते हैं. 85% brain development happens in the first 5-6 years. So this is again a very common line in most search line on Google. So a lot of people have formally recognized the importance of those early years. You know,
Exactly.
I'm sure you are the expert, you are the authority, you have been in education for decades. So there are many people who used to believe that कि बच्चों को तो क्या है, उन्हें तो सिर्फ खिलाना ही है. You know, तो उन पे कोई खास there is no need for an organized program.
Actually, this is the biggest mistake. This is the biggest mistake at the part of teachers. वो जो ये सोचते हैं कि ये तो छोटे बच्चे हैं, क्या बोलेंगे, क्या बताएंगे, बट वो एज आप वेस्ट कर रहे हो उन बच्चों की. Actually, I must salute all those teachers, those who are catering with these kids. This is a fundamental stage. And यहीं से उन बच्चों का रुझान, हम कहते हैं, स्टडीज की तरफ बढ़ता है. कहते हैं ना, जितनी अच्छी टीचर उतना ही अच्छा सब्जेक्ट. मेरा बेटा है, उसे मैथ्स अच्छी नहीं लगती थी बिकॉज टीचर अच्छा नहीं था. अब मैथ्स अच्छी लगने लगी बिकॉज टीचर अच्छा है. तो दिस इज अप टू अस हाउ वी आर टेकिंग आवर चाइल्ड इन द क्लास. उसे कितना हम इंटरेस्टिंग बना रहे हैं उस सब्जेक्ट को.
राइट. और during our last session, ma'am, as I was sharing that Indrajit sir, the former principal Kendriya Vidyalaya, you know, Dehradun, he joined us from Russia. So I would I must share that whatever he talked, he shared a lot of very practical insights कि एक टीचर को क्या होना चाहिए. तो उन्होंने एक बात कही और we all were surprised, और आप अपना comment उस पे दीजिएगा. You know, he said, you know, I used to call all teachers कि जब आप जाएं, सबसे जैसे आप क्लास में एंट्री करें, सबसे पहला काम आप सबको कर रहे हैं कि आप मुस्कुराते हुए चेहरे के साथ एंट्री करें. And he said that, you know, this is such a simple thing, and a lot of teachers, you know, sometimes don't realize of the importance of doing that, or you know, maybe because of other reasons don't do that. So how much you find that a pleasant personality of a teacher creates an impact. और जैसे आपने बताया ना कि एक बार की बात थी, you know, how you begin the entire show, you know, that creates an impact. So आपकी क्या उस पे comments हैं?
One thing I must add in this statement, कि not while entering in the class you should have to carry a smile. No, by entering in your working place, the place when you are entering to the gate of the school, you must leave all your tensions behind. अब आप एक ऐसे गार्डन में आ गए हो जहां फ्लावर्स ही फ्लावर्स हैं. Now you have to, you know, make them aware कि yes, I am just for you. And my whole dedication is just for you. Right? तो जब तक आप ये रियलाइज नहीं कराएंगे बच्चों को, जब तक आप खुद अपने कलीग्स के साथ अच्छे से नहीं बिहेव करेंगे, दिस इज अ बेसिक एटिकेट्स ऑफ टीचर्स कि अगर आप एंटर हो रहे हो, आई यूज टू टेल माई टीचर्स वट एवर योर प्रॉब्लम इज, हम छुट्टी के बाद डिस्कस करेंगे एंड डेफिनेटली देर इज अ सोल्यूशन फॉर एवरी प्रॉब्लम, बट वंस you are in your school, leave behind everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right. So I believe, Kalsi ma'am is facing a challenge with technical. She's not able to join us back. So
Yes.
Anshu ma'am, so I would like to present a few of the questions, ma'am, and then we'll go to the concluding part of the session. One question from your school only. Veena Sharma ji has asked this question. What kind of scope this NEP is going to offer to non-BA teachers?
Okay. Good morning, Beena ma'am. Now, this question is obviously there in the minds of the teachers nowadays, because there are few teachers, those कोई भी problem होती है, वो कहते हैं ना, हम teaching को as a last option मान के join कर लेते हैं. बट मेरा मानना ये है कि जब आप टीचिंग ज्वाइन कर रहे हो, तब उससे पहले ही आप उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे खड़े हो जहां से आप टीचिंग के लिए बिल्कुल स्किल्ड हो. तो अब एनईपी जैसे सजेस्ट कर रहा है कि नॉन बीएड टीचर्स के लिए, तो आई थिंक एंड आई होप देयर मस्ट बी सम पॉइंट्स कमिंग अप इन द डॉक्यूमेंट, और मे बी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में थोड़ा सा जब टाइम लगेगा, देन वी विल सीक टू दिस.
Yeah, Shruti ma'am, we can also look at it from a different perspective. This NEP is proposing a lot of, as you said in your talk, it is proposing a lot of reforms. So BEd में जो changes NEP propose कर रहा है, उससे BEd would become a very powerful, I would say, education. So अभी बहुत सारे लोगों का ऐसा मानना है कि जो लोग BEd करते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा changes, बहुत ज्यादा differentiate नहीं कर पाते because of the BEd thing. अगर वो अच्छे टीचर है, सब्जेक्ट पे अच्छा नॉलेज है, तो अगर उन्होंने बीएड नहीं भी किया और बीएड किया भी, तो बहुत ज्यादा फर्क पैदा नहीं होता बीएड से. पर आफ्टर दिस एनईपी, लेट्स से 5 years from now, 8 years from now, बीएड वुड बी अ वेरी वेरी पावरफुल, आई वुड से, कोर्स. तो जो लोग बीएड करेंगे और जिन लोगों ने बीएड नहीं किया, उन लोगों में वास्तविकता में एक बहुत बड़ा अंतर होने वाला है. क्या इसको ऐसे भी देख सकते हैं?
देखिए, मैं पहली बात एक कह दूं उन टीचर्स के लिए, एंड आई एम सॉरी टू से, कि जो टीचर्स ये कहते हैं कि हम पढ़ाने में बहुत अच्छे हैं, तो बस बीएड का एक स्टैम्प ही तो नहीं है, टीचिंग क्यों नहीं? आई शुड से दैट एवरी मदर इज अ टीचर, as teaching begins from home, right? Every mother is a teacher. But हम जब बीएड करते हैं तो हमें बहुत सी ऐसी चीजें, ऐसे पर्सपेक्टिव सामने आते हैं, वी आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ इट. दैट ब्लूम टैक्सोनॉमी है, या आपके जो भी लॉज हैं, जो भी आपके फिलोसफीज चली हैं, जो आपके तमाम सब्जेक्ट्स में हम रिसर्च एजुकेशन में भी पढ़ते हैं, ये सब चीजें, तो कहीं ना कहीं ये बुक्स आपको वो हिडन चीजें लेकर के सामने निकालेंगे जिनके के लिए आप अवेयर ही नहीं हो. और ये सोचना कि हम टीचिंग ही, बीएड ही तो नहीं है, तो डेफिनेटली मैं ये कहूंगी कि बीएड करना बहुत जरूरी है. और दूसरी चीज ये कि एनईपी में जब ये जो इंटीग्रेटेड कोर्सेज आ रहे हैं, मे बी देयर वाज वन लाइन इन द डॉक्यूमेंट कि बीएड को भी एक स्ट्रीमलाइन कर दिया जाएगा, कि जिससे कि इंटीग्रेटेड कर दिया जाएगा कि अगर कोई भी बच्चा ग्रेजुएशन कर रहा है, तो ही और शी में go for BEd also with the integrated part. So ये कहना कि BEd से कोई फायदा नहीं है, तो मैं इस चीज को डिनाई करूंगी, बिकॉज BEd की पोजीशन, BEd का अपना एक वजन है, that would definitely help you in tackling the children.
शायद उन लोगों को, बहुत सारे एडुकेटर्स ने हमें बताया मैम, that there is a distance learning BEd is also going on. So a lot of people come through that process कि वो नॉन अटेंडिंग बीएड भी करते हैं. तो ऐसे बीएड प्रोग्राम पे मैं समझता हूँ बहुत सारे लोगों ने बताया कि एनईपी के बाद रोक लगेगी और बीएड कैन नॉट बी डन फ्रॉम नॉन अटेंडिंग वे.
यस, BEd should be done in the regular classes, because हम जो हमारे educators होते हैं, जो professors होते हैं BEd में, वो they not only impart the theory classes, they don't only impart the knowledge which is given in the books, but they also help the students to cater with the practical impulses, because हमें प्रैक्टिकल ही डालना है, और प्रैक्टिकल के लिए जरूरी होती है जस्ट गो थ्रू द थ्योरी. जो आपकी साइकोलॉजी कहती है, तो साइकोलॉजी इज द बेस्ट सब्जेक्ट, आई थिंक सो, कि हर टीचर को पढ़ना चाहिए, टू रीड द माइंड ऑफ द स्टूडेंट ऑफ एवरी एज.
Absolutely. there is a very regular question जो हम लोग receive कर रहे हैं NEP sessions में. What is the difference between the new and old education system? So people actually want to know कि क्या जरूरत थी इसकी, कि क्या कमी रह गई थी हमारे देश में, हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में. So I would request Shubhi ma'am, if you can highlight 2 or 3 key differences between the previous policy and this policy. Number one. Number two of this second part of this question is, how do you visualize our education system? Let's say 20 years from now. आज से 20 साल के बाद perhaps जब आप retire होने वाले हो. So how do you visualize schools of future? क्या changes होंगे?
Okay. तो your first question कि क्या जरूरत थी, तो बहुत बेहतरीन क्वेश्चन है, हर टीचर के दिमाग में आ रहा होगा, बिकॉज दे हैव टू चेंज द ओल्ड फैशन्ड टीचिंग रियली. बट आई मस्ट से, सी, चेंज इज द स्पाइस ऑफ लाइफ. when in every sphere we are changing, we are adapting, we are globalizing, then why should education sector be left behind? Just because कि हमको अपने comfort level से बाहर आना पड़ेगा. It should not be the issue. We themselves, सारे टीचर्स को मैं कहूंगी कि अभी हम एक जगह बैठते हैं और हम कहते हैं नहीं उठ करके उधर जाओ, तभी हमें सोच करके जाना पड़ता है. Why? Be prepared, be ready for everything. Once you are there in your working field, you must be ready to change everything. और जब आप एक सब्जेक्ट से दूसरे सब्जेक्ट पे ऑप्ट करते हो, तभी तो आप अपना माइंड सेट चेंज करते हो. जब आप एक क्लास से दूसरी क्लास में एंटर करते हो, यू आर कैटरिंग विद थर्ड क्लास, यू आर कैटरिंग विद फोर्थ क्लास, तो स्टूडेंट्स आर डिफरेंट. तो क्या हम ये नहीं सोच सकते जो हमने पढ़ाई की है पुरानी अब तक और जिस तरीके से चली आ रही है पढ़ाई, आई मस्ट से, मैं अभी भी ये कहती हूँ, काश कि हमारे समय में एनईपी आ गया होता, काश कि हमने भी एनईपी के द्वारा ही पढ़ा होता. तो वी वुड हैव द इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी अप्रोच इन आवर लर्निंग आल्सो. हम क्यों बंधे रहे कि इसमें ये करना है, इसमें ये करना है, इसमें, व्हाई वी वर बाउंड इन द रेस्ट्रिक्शंस ऑफ स्ट्रीम्स. तो दिस इज अ गुड ऑप्शन. अगर एनईपी आ रहा है तो खुले दिल से इसका स्वागत कीजिए. और मैं ये कहूंगी कि जो आपने कहा है कि जब मैं रिटायर होंगी उसके बाद क्या पर्सपेक्टिव होंगे, तो आई कैन विजुअलाइज माई इंडिया एज अ ग्लोबल गुरु, and I can visualize my Bharat as one of the biggest hub of education, जहां से और कंट्रीज भी सीखेंगी. दिस इज टू श्योर कि जिस तरीके से एनईपी का डॉक्यूमेंट है, और अगर दिस अ बिग अगर, बट अगर इसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर लिया गया, आई हैव सो मेनी होप्स विद दिस मिनिस्ट्री कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी भारत को कोने कोने से छांट छांट के जो ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं वो टिकल आउट कर रहे हैं और उसका सॉल्यूशंस दे रहे हैं. आगे आने वाले समय में एजुकेशन को भी बहुत बदलाव मिल जाएगा. और अगर ये इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, अगर की मतलब ही नहीं बनता है कि इम्प्लीमेंटेशन तो बहुत अच्छे से होगा, बस कमर किसे कसनी है हम लोगों को भी एज एन एजुकेटर्स.
Absolutely. Big thanks, Shubhi ma'am, for your participation and for your wonderful perspective and sharing your wisdom and experience with all of us. Now, time to conclude the session. But before we end the session, I would request if we can have your concluding remark. And we have also established one very interesting practice, that while sharing your concluding remark, if you can also share one idea that you would like to implement if you get a chance to become Minister of Education of our country. So what would be your priority?
Okay. So for the concluding of this NEP, I must say that, very truly speaking, Rajulji and all the speakers, that this policy had lot of potential in the real means. It has more positives than the negatives. And why am I saying that there are some lacuna negative? Probably since throughout our learning process, we have been taught with the same existing policy, with the same traditional methods. And from last 20 years, even we as an educator were indulged in the same pattern of teaching, with the same pattern of learning also. Now we have to realize that it is the high time to make a shift from the traditional ways to the innovative ways. We have to accept the change in the positive attitude. Now, everything is there in this policy, but if again, I'm focusing on this. अगर ये session कुछ बात निकाल पाए कि if it is implementation is not done in the right way, then again we have to restart from where we have left. Because we as an educators have lot of faith in this NEP, and we really demand that this is a need of the hour. It has to be changed. कुछ मिल नहीं रहा है, ये ब्रेन ड्रेन भी इसीलिए हो रहा है. कहीं ना कहीं हमारा यूथ अभी भी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड है बिकॉज वो पढ़ता बीटेक है, करता बनता आईएएस है, राइट? तो दिस टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स जब मैं सोचती हूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि थैंक गॉड मैंने कभी कोई इतनी बड़ी एम्बिशंस नहीं रखी थी अपनी लाइफ में कि आईएएस बनना है. मैं बचपन से ही आई वाज फॉन्ड ऑफ बीइंग अ टीचर, तो मैं टीचर ही बनी. तो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी कि मैं जब अपने क्लास कलीग्स को देखती हूँ या अपने क्लासमेट्स को देखती हूँ कि अरे भाई तुम तो बीटेक कर रहे थे, क्या हुआ? नो, आई हैव ड्रॉप दैट. तो आपने सीट भी तो बर्बाद की ना. Why there is so much of confusion in your mind? And then Rajul ji, your question, if I would be the education minister for a day, then definitely I would be focusing on two things. First, my humble request to all the policymakers that whatever policies they are introduced by the government, then it should be honestly implemented by every member who is responsible for executing it. जब RTE आया तो बड़ा खुले दिल से स्वागत किया. मी एज अ टीचर, एज एन प्रिंसिपल ऑल्सो बहुत वेलकम किया कि चलो अब उन बच्चों को मौका मिलेगा जो वाकई जिन्हें जरूरत है. See, RTE is an outstanding initiative by the government, but somehow deserving candidate is still not getting the privilege through this act. Why? Because, and when we question why, there is a lot of, sorry to say, but ho jata hai. School must be given authority to check the authenticity of the documents which were presented during the admission time. And secondly, I must say that teachers are the torch bearers of our entire education system. I really salute these teachers, and they should be respected and recognized, as the teachers teach all the profession and supply many lawyers, CAs, doctors, जिनके बिना हमारी society चल ही नहीं सकती. And in my views, these teachers should be treated as Corona warriors too, as they served the students in the tragic period of lockdown without even having enough resources. But they have a lot of courage. They have a lot of courage to come up with all the shortcomings. They have to teach the students. फिर से अपने they tighten their belt and मैम जो भी होगा देखेंगे, हम पढ़ाएंगे जरूर. This was my staff statements कि मैम हम करेंगे जरूर. Efforts तो करेंगे हम. So really I salute the efforts of my teachers. And concluding my words, I must say that teachers are not just born to teach, they are born to inspire others, to change the pupil, and to never give up, even when the challenges they face seem impossible. Now, all of us, we have to come together. We don't have equal talents, but yes, we have opportunities to develop our talents. So once again, thank you once again, Rajul ji, for inviting me here and making me the part.
Big thanks, Shubhi ma'am, for joining and making this session truly special with your wisdom and experience and perspective. Big thanks to all the participants for joining. Big thanks to Anshul ma'am, who couldn't join us back due to the technical glitch. So once again, big thanks to all of you for making this session truly special. Big thanks, Shubhi ma'am, once again. Recording of the session will be available at the given link. Big thanks to all of you. We'll end the session here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jai Hind.